On the US election, I'm joined by columnists at the Daily Telegraph and New York Post, Miranda Devine. Miranda, good to see you. Firstly, Joe Biden is now 6 electoral college votes short of victory compared to Trump's 214. He could now win with one state. We might have a result on Pennsylvania in the coming hours, but by all accounts, Joe Biden appears to be in the box seat.
Yes, well, that's certainly the mainstream media narrative, but I would not count Donald Trump out. He's launched his campaign various legal challenges around the country, and he's not going to give up without a fight. And I wouldn't be listening to, without scepticism anyway, to some of the Washington press corps rhetoric that's coming out at the moment, because to dismiss allegations of fraud in this election out of hand as if they don't exist and are a figment of Donald Trump's imagination is simply wrong. There is a lot of circumstantial evidence, and the lawyers who are associated with the Trump campaign have laid some of that out pretty conclusively. The Supreme Court has weighed in one case. You have for instance, an instance of ballots, tens of thousands of ballots being dumped at 4 a.m. in Michigan and in Wisconsin after the Republican observers, the scrutineers, what we call scrutineers in Australia, have gone home, have been told that counting's over. You have a situation in Philadelphia where the observers were forced to stand 20 or 30 feet 10 metres away from where the counting was happening, so they could not see the ballots, could not verify if they were legitimate or not. And there has also been evidence in the past few weeks of what's called ballot harvesting. It's when Democrats go into, housing projects with a bunch of mail-in ballots and just fill them out for people. And so you're getting these ballot dumps that are 100% for Joe Biden, and that just doesn't happen organically. So there's a lot of questions, and whether or not those fraudulent ballots and those allegations of irregularities would be enough to actually swing the vote either side, you can bet that they're going to be challenged, that there are going to be recounts. And I think the Trump campaign is saying today that they're confident of Pennsylvania, they're ahead in Pennsylvania, and they're also saying, whether it's right or not, but that Arizona is not out of reach, that there are some Trump-heavy counties to come. So with those two states, Donald Trump wins. Georgia and North Carolina were already in his camp. I know Georgia is now very, very close. Those counts are coming in, but again, they'll all be challenged. So you're not going to have some sort of situation where Joe Biden wins Georgia or Nevada and suddenly is announced as the victor, even though that is what you will see as the kind of major narrative coming out of the United States, because Donald Trump's not going to accept that. And I don't think he should, for the sake of half of America that voted for him, those 70-odd million people who voted for him. They need to be secure in the idea that this election was legitimate, and by going to the courts, they can establish one way or the other how much is legitimate. So it's going to be a little while to come.
Yeah, there's no doubt there's still certainly a lot of key aspects at play here. Miranda Devine, we do have to leave it there. Thanks for joining.